Hello there. My name is Damien. I am the developer for this application, Synchronicity. It is a workspace add-on for the Google Calendar. And I had already reached once with a different video trying to get an authorization for the OAuth, but I was missing important elements required for the authorization to happen. So I am redoing this video with the objective of fulfilling them. Um, as of now, we have to go through the installation process and review the usage of each one of the scopes, and this is what we will do right now. Our application was, well, it's already available so that someone can go ahead and install it. In this case, I'm sharing it with this account, which is called dbnsado@gmail.com. And what we're gonna do is that we're gonna take the script, which is right here, and we're gonna go ahead and install it so that you can see the authorization process for it. In here, what we would most likely want to see is, as you say, the URL. For lack of fancier text expansion, uh, let's give it a nice 30. And what we're gonna do now is install this. And that will allow us to see the app on the calendar and actually start using it. So this is the script ID. I don't know if we have to work with deployments ID. Please let me know. It's kind of my first time at this task. And what we want to do now is we want to review this authorization process. So we go ahead and hit here. And I know this is in Spanish. I have already tried to set everything to English in my personal settings, but I'm still unable to make it happen for this to change the language. So please bear with me, I can translate for you. That's pretty much it. So we're gonna go ahead and authorize access, and that's gonna throw us to the authorization screen with the application name, which was one of the important key things that I was missing. And then we go to the account. I'm sorry, to that is gonna approve. Go through the unsafe authorization process. And we verify that the application is Synchronicity once again, and we see here the requested how can I say so? The requested scopes. Here we have see edit, unload, and delete contacts. We don't need that big of a permission, but we cannot find a smaller one. We only need to read email accounts for your contacts so that we can like suggest them. That's perhaps for more disputable scope. Then we have the execute the application as a complement of the calendar service. See all the events in all your calendars. See consult, download any calendar to which you have access rights through your Google Calendar. Allow connection with external services, and see your country, language, and time zone. This is the translated version of it, but if we go, this is what is actually being asked by the application. Um, in this case, we would have them something like this, which is M8 fits all the way to the top, then add-ons execute, then calendars events read only, then calendar read only, then external request, and script locale. It is not prompting whether you want to give your profile or email, but we are also requesting for those in the OAuth scopes to identify the user. Sorry, that was a helicopter passing by. So I was saying that we're also requesting for the user info profile and the email, but this is not prompted in here. So that's that. I'm gonna allow, and this is the installation process and authorization granting. So here we go ahead and greet the user by name and email. This is how we identify him. So that's our first two scopes. And then we go ahead and have the actual application in here. So I'm going to go ahead and go give you an example of what application does and why do we require the permissions. So this application is designed so that it can check your agendas, your calendar, multiple calendars, and can tell you whether there's an activity so that you do not compromise that time. It also writes it down in this neat manner where it tells you the day, the date, and the time range in which you are available. This account is fully available because there's not a lot of events in the range that is being evaluated, which is the 21st through the 27th. As you can see here, it's only doing Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Monday, Tuesday again. This is because it kind of ignores weekends. It's kind of set on the settings for it to ignore weekends. I'm going to change that, and that's going to make it like see every day. There we go. From the 21st to the 27th every day. So let's say it's seeking from 9 to 5, time from 9 to 5. So I'm going to go ahead and create an event on Friday. And I'm going to say anything but work, let's say. And it's automatically going to set me up as busy. And what this does is that it will seek for a meeting duration of 30 minutes or whatever you set, and see if it fits somewhere in the dates you're analyzing. For example, since this event sits at 12:30 to 1:30, it would be telling me that from 9 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. noon, then I have availability, like free availability. Then it's telling me that there's something that breaks that. And then later that same day, at starting on 1:30 p.m., I have availability again up until 5 p.m. I can select multiple calendars to be considered or not at once. I have created previously and shared with this account this test calendar right here, just so that a little bit more of the behavior of a normal operation would look like. Please disregard the name of the events. The name of the events corresponds to the time zone, GMT 0, but the localized calendar is placing it properly on my time zone. So this is just a tool for development. So what I have to do is to tell the application to please consider the test calendar I have access to. And then I refresh the query. And it's just going to go ahead and consider like what is on the... Oh, I forgot one little detail. Currently it's set to only consider the events that I'm an owner or that I say yes to. But in these events that we have here, I might not even be listed because it's, somebody else's calendar. I did not participate in creating anything. So I'm guessing I'm going to be null in those events. Yeah, I don't think it's no, maybe, or invite. So I'm going to refresh. And there we go. It has considered my calendar and that test calendar for my available time within the time frame I indicated, 9 to 5, every day of the week, starting the 21st through the 27th, whatnot. You can change the time range, the date range. All those options are found here in the settings, like whatever you may need. And what do we have? The duration of the meeting, the date range. What's the time hours during the day that you need to pull that out? Oh, here's start your time zone. Let's take a little break and just review what we have already seen how it's used. We have already seen how the the calendar events read only and the calendar only read only are used, because that's what we are doing when querying you for your own calendars to give you the options to select here, or querying the events themselves to build the timetable that is used to create the output. So those are the two main scopes, to this and this. Oh no, I clicked it wrong. Add-ons execute is just required for it to be launched as a sidebar add-on. So I'm going to check that one as well. And calendar run. That's it. So that's the main functionality of the application. You can consider a single calendar or multiple calendars that you have access to. But then there's the additional functionality of perhaps if you know someone that shares his or her availability information with you, not even the full calendar information, then you can select in, this list comes from your contacts. That's what the contacts are used for. So we don't really like change the contacts. We just are getting a email address at gmail.com so that because those are the ones most likely to have possibly shared their information with you. And that's it. You select someone, and this person did share their information with me and has 16 events on the range of time that I'm querying. And from those events, only one of the events actually blocks some additional time on my list. 60 minutes to be exact. So this list that I have here is availability not just for the multiple calendars I selected, but also from that of that third party. And that's kind of the tool functionality. This last feature is the one that requires the external request and the scripts. I mean the contacts. The contacts are used just to get their emails and give them as a possibility for selection. And the external request is because we're using the Google Calendar API, not the one from AppScripts. This because the FreeBC query is performed on that surface instead of AppScripts. Finally, the script log call is something that we use because let's say, no, I don't care about that third party. No, what I would like to do instead of that is kind of like, oh yeah, since I input an empty field, this is a feed of what you can set in here. But what I'm gonna do is that perhaps my target person, the one that I want to share this with, does not live in the same time zone I do. So I'm gonna go ahead and select his city, assuming he's in the United States. And after I have set that setting, I can go ahead and refresh my availability. And the output, instead of being in my time zone, will be, I think I selected somewhere that has my same -6 time zone. Let's go for New York. I think New York is kind of like a different offset. So yeah, that person is going to be able to read your availability, translate it to his or her time zone. So this is what you copy and give to her, and she knows that you're talking in her time zone, not yours. This obviously properly corresponds to the same point in time. So this is kind of like the reason why we are using this last thing to know the script locale. If the person that is using the calendar changes the time zone that is used in this calendar, we properly adjust the output to that. That's why we're using the last authorization. So that covers all the permissions and the application functionality, and it's an example of its use. And that's it. I don't know if anything else would be required. If so, please let me know. Otherwise, thank you for your time, and I hope this gets me my OAuth approved. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.